Choosing the right soldering station and checking its temperature. Selecting the appropriate soldering iron is crucial. Internal heat soldering irons with 30 to 40 watt power are most commonly used in mobile phone maintenance. Additionally, it's essential to check the temperature of the soldering iron before use. Here's the correct method. Gently touch the tip of the soldering iron with a tin wire. If the tin wire melts quickly, the temperature is suitable for soldering. If the tin wire does not melt or melts slowly, continue heating the soldering iron until the desired temperature is reached. Soldering mobile phone components. Mobile phone soldering involves disassembling and assembling various components. It's crucial to handle them with care to prevent damage. Here are the steps to solder mobile phone components. A. Withdrawing components. 1. Prepare the components and soldering tools in a convenient position. 2. Use a hot air gun or soldering iron, depending on the size and density of the component. 3. Gently heat the component with the hot air gun, moving it back and forth until it can be lifted using tweezers. 4. If necessary, remove any glue or adhesive securing the component before extraction. B. Precautions for taking components. Handle components gently to avoid damage. Remove the backup battery if the components are close to it. When dealing with BGA chips, use a heat dissipation plate and solder paste for protection. C. Cleaning the pads. After removing the components, clean the pads using the following methods. 1. Use a hot air gun to blow the pads flat for small components. 2. Use a soldering iron to melt any remaining tin slag on the pads. 3. For chip pads, shape them using a flat-nosed soldering iron tip and add tin if necessary. 4. Desoldering wire can be used for stubborn pads. D. Soldering components. A. Soldering small components. Hold the component with tweezers and place it on the pad. Use a hot air gun to fuse the solder on the component pins with the solder on the pads. B. Planting tin for BGA chips. Clean and flatten the solder joints of the BGA chip. Apply flux to the BGA chip and select a tin planting steel mesh. Align the steel mesh on the BGA chip and apply solder paste. Use the hot air gun to make the solder joints spherical. C. Soldering the BGA chip. Place the chip on the BGA chip pad, ensuring the correct orientation. Use a hot air gun to heat the chip and observe if it aligns properly. Check the solder balls and test for short circuits using a multimeter. Clean the soldered pads and surrounding area with appropriate cleaning solutions.